What's up? Good morning, guys. Facebook, YouTube, all the fun places. I hope everyone's doing amazing this morning. So, good news. Yesterday, I got one contract, and we have one contract out that guy is supposed to sign from yesterday. So, that appointment I went on the afternoon, we ended up picking it up on a sub-2 deal. I actually got the paperwork wet, but this is the contract. So we picked that up. It's pretty good. It's worth about 170. Needs about $15,000 in work. Has an underlying lien of 54,000. So we're taking over the underlying lien, which is a $580 payment, and then we're giving the seller a $300 monthly payment. And that $300 monthly payment basically brings us up to right under $900 a month. Well, the property rents for about $1,550, $1,600, depending on what we do to it. So it's a really good deal. We do have to bring 15 grand to the table as a down payment. It's 0% interest. And so they're in the process of moving out. So that'll be a really good one. We picked up for 140 owner financing. It'll be a really good hold. So that's super cool. The other thing I have for you before we get in. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with this. There's a phrase in Stoicism called amor fati. This was in my pocket this morning and I thought about it. It literally means the love of fate. And the idea is there's actually a quote on the back of here. It says, not merely to bear what is necessary, but to love it. And the idea is that no matter what life throws at us, there's a flame on the front. No matter what life throws at us, let us be like a fire that consumes what we go through and add it so we can burn brighter in life. So no matter how much stuff sucks, no matter how much things are good, no matter whatever that is, we use it as fuel to be a better person. I think the guy who came up with it said it's my formula for greatness, right? That one wants nothing to be different. I just pulled up the quote: not forward, not backward, not in all of life, not merely to bear what you're going through or to conceal it, but to face it and to love it. And so anyway, super cool this morning. We're going to jump in with some calls. I hope you guys are doing amazing. So let's jump into these new calls. So I got 5 new leads this morning. And that just came in last night. So I'm going to call those first and get those started, get those out of the way. And then I got some follow-ups to make after that. 2 contracts that are out that I'm hoping that will come in. But other than that, how are you guys doing this morning? Are you guys doing good? Are we plugging away? You guys starting the day already? Hello? Owen?
I will return it at my earliest convenience.
Oh, no.
Thank you very much.
I got a voicemail.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Just drop the voicemail. My computer was on mute. So how are you guys doing? You guys doing good? We starting the day. What do we got? We've got a couple people on here watching already. Hope you guys are starting the day strong and have some good stuff going on. Today's a fairly busy day for me, so I'm going to knock out the calls this morning, and then I got some more work to do this afternoon, and I've got to follow up with a couple of sellers. I also have a closing happening on Friday, and I've got another one that I've got to get our lender. We got a hard money lender on one that we're buying and we're going to fix up. I got to get some documents and some stuff signed on that this afternoon. So that's some good stuff. And yeah, keep going. Last night I had a pretty good conversation with a lender.
Hi, you reached Donna and you're on my voicemail. Sorry I missed your call. Leave me a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks and have a great day.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Drop that voicemail too. So, man, nobody answered the calls from the new leads this morning. That's quite unusual. Usually people pick up. Sometimes you make 7 calls and you talk to like 3 people. This morning, it didn't seem like anybody's wanting to pick up this morning. Actually, this one that it's calling right now, I actually bought another property on the same street. So
Hello, please leave a message after the
another
tone.
one. Oh man, it's drop a voicemail. That one's 4.5 acres. I'd love to freaking buy that. That'd be sweet. All right. Well, that's the new lead. So let's update that. That was 5 calls right there, guys. That's the freaking beauty of a dialer. Just FYI, you can just blow through the calls. Now it sucks that nobody answered, but let me update these to all attempted. And then I'm going to make another call. I'm actually going to make a call to a warm lead that I'm waiting on to sell. It's actually going to be a lease option deal. I was supposed to get it signed over the weekend, but it did not come in. So I'm half afraid she's ghosting me. But hey, it doesn't matter. Like we're working it. We want to work together with her. I think it's really good for her. I think it'd be really good for us. And honestly, I'd love to have my brother freaking move into this property when he comes down. So let's pull this up. Let's get out of this session. What do you guys want to see? You guys want to see anything crazy? Anything plugging away and cool? Any questions about the business or about properties or about negotiating? What are some questions you guys got? My cat over there is hunting. He's got a little toy.
Hello?
Hey, is this Yvonne?
Yeah.
It's Ronnie. Did I wake you up?
No.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
awake.
good. I want to make sure I didn't wake you up.
Nope.
I've
been awake.
Okay, nice. I was just admiring my cat playing with their toys as I was calling with you. That's what I was talking about. So, I just wanted to touch base to see if you and your daughter got a chance to go over that paperwork, or if you had any questions or anything like that.
No questions yet. I'm sending it to my attorney so she can look at it.
Okay.
And it's going to her today, or it went to her last night. Heather was going to email it to her.
Okay.
So the only problem is she has COVID really bad.
Oh, that's
She
not
said
good.
Oh yeah, she said it'd probably take a couple days before she gets back with me.
No problem. No problem.
Okay.
Do we want to set up? Because I was hoping to get in and get some pictures this week, but do we want to push that to next week?
No, we can probably still do it this week. When?
You want to shoot for
When do you
Friday?
What time?
Let me look. That's a good question. So Friday, let me make sure I don't have anything. I do have a 1 to 3. So could we do like 11:30?
Okay, that would be fine.
All right, 11:30 Friday. Yeah, and what I'll do is I just want to come through and take pictures, and then the goal or my thought was we could just put a lockbox on the property too. Are you open to that?
Yeah, once I find out what my attorney has to say and stuff, yeah.
Okay.
And I should hear from her before then.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and if she's got any questions or whatever, that comes in, that's not a big deal. We can adjust. It's pretty standard for a lease option, so it shouldn't be any problems.
Okay, great.
All right, I put you in for 11:30 on Friday.
Okay, no problem.
All right, Yvonne, you have a wonderful day, okay?
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, so that's what's going on. She sent it to her attorney. That stuff happens. It's a lease option deal. There's nothing major about that. And that lease option agreement actually really is, it protects her and it protects us. So there's nothing to be worried about. They might come in with a few minor changes, but other than that, I'm super worried about that deal. So, and that one would be a lease option that starts on the 1st of February. Just FYI, because she's moving out. So, all right. Make a note. It's actually encouraging. I was slightly afraid she was ghosting me. So, send the paperwork to the attorney to review. They should hear back by Friday. Attorney has COVID and is slow in response. Right. I got a buddy who's calling me. I'll answer that here in a little bit. I don't know if he wants me to answer while I'm live, so let me just send him a message. Sweet. All right, let's jump in. I want to jump in. I want to drum up some more business. So let's jump in. I called 5 new leads. We got a follow up for 1. You heard my little spiel this morning about Amor Fati, and let's go in. I'm going to go into some of our warm leads. So let's run this campaign. Let's have some freaking good conversations, guys. Let's see how many conversations we can have. I'm not so much worried about the calls as much as I'm worried about the conversations. So that's what I care more about. My kids are upstairs talking. I don't know if you guys can hear them, but hey, that's what happens when you homeschool and you work from home. So, and it's actually funny. It actually works really well on the calls, because as long as it's not too crazy.
Hello?
Hey, is this Daniel?
Yes.
Hey, Daniel, it's Ronald Walker. I was calling about your property on Jerome.
Okay.
You sound like you've talked to a number of people about it.
Yeah.
Nice. I was just curious if you wanted to sell it still or not. I think you spoke to my assistant like a couple weeks ago or whatever. I just reaching out to see if you did want to sell or if you don't.
Yeah, we do.
Okay. What are you guys asking?
We're not sure on that.
Okay. You're not sure? Do you have are you working with like a realtor or anything, or you got a ballpark idea of the value?
No, I don't. I ain't working with a realtor in that there. And have you heard of Hometown?
No, I'm not familiar with Hometown. What is that?
Okay, that there's ones that buys houses and pay cash in that there.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, they offered us 105 for it, and my wife turned it down. So.
Okay. So they offered 105.
Yes.
Gotcha. Do you have like a magic price that you and your wife want?
I've been trying to get a price out of her, and she's trying to tell me to tell what it, basically what the market value is of it complete, right. And that there, and it's like, no, we're not going to get that out of it.
Right. Does it need a lot of work to it or no?
Basically what it needs is the work that it needs. I have the material for, but I'm handicapped. Part of it I can't do.
Gotcha. I totally understand.
It's what do you call it? Basically needs paint, trim, and some carpet put down. I have all the carpet for it. I got all the paint for it. I got all the trim for it.
Yeah.
And what do you call it? See, both of us are handicapped, so it takes me longer than what it should to do stuff.
Yeah. Actually, I thought, it sounds familiar. We just spoke just like 2 days ago about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the one that wants to buy the diner, right?
Correct.
Okay, cool. I was like, man, this sounds so familiar. I was just looking at this house. Cool. So like when we talked last time, I mean, have you been able to discuss with the wife at all about kind of like a price, if it'd be the 110, 115 or something like that?
It'd probably be the 115.
Okay. Is that something you guys would feel a little bit more comfortable doing, or?
Probably.
Okay. And remind me, what was your time frame? Like you said, like sometime in the next like 30 to 45 days or something like that. I think I remember right.
Yeah, basically we're not in a hurry to do it, but we'd like to get out of here as soon as we can now.
Right. Okay. Well, I guess, answer me this. Like, I know you guys, are actually interested, in kind of, selling the property and doing that. I mean, what do you want my next step to be, right, with you guys? Because I don't want to keep hounding you, but at the same time, if you guys want to sell, I'd love to purchase it. So, like, you tell me what the next step is.
I'm not sure. I'm not too familiar with selling.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess from your guys' side, are you guys ready to put paperwork together and sign and move forward? Do you want me to reach out and touch base again? I don't want to be the guy who's like, yo, sign this paperwork if you guys aren't ready. But I'm also like, hey, I'm wanting to buy a house in Grand Rapids, right? I like where you guys are at. And so I'm open if you guys are. I just don't know your process.
I'm open to sign papers and that.
You are or are not?
I am.
Okay. So would you like me to put together like the written offer of, say, like 115, send it over to you? We do need an inspection. So we would have to come out and do an inspection of the property and just see, the material you have, the work you guys have done, you know what I'm saying? And just look at the condition before we purchase it. But do you think you guys would be open to the 115 if we were to move forward at that price, or no?
Probably.
Okay. And is it I don't have clear on my notes, and it might be because it was like it could be converted, but is it a 2-bedroom or is it a 3-bedroom?
It's a 2-bed. See what it does. What it's got the garage used to be. There used to be a garage on there. The people before me added it to the house, and I finished it off and that there. I put heat ducts out to it, and it's the way it's wired. It could be a 4-bedroom.
Okay.
It need a door on each side and like a double wall in the middle that'll hold a closet for each room.
Nice.
So,
okay.
So it could possibly be a 4-bedroom, 1 bath.
Okay. But it's currently just a 2. You just have to finish that off.
Yeah, and it would have to be if somebody wanted it to be a 4-bedroom, they could do it easily.
Okay. How long you been there?
I've had it since the end of 2008.
Okay. Nice. That was a good time to buy it, man, especially going to now. That's pretty awesome. All right. Daniel, what's your email?
It's deaddad2015 @gmail.com.
At Gmail.
My son gave me that name because I died back in 2013.
Okay.
I was in an accident.
That's awful.
I was DOA when they got me to the hospital.
Whew. Well, I'm glad they brought you back, or you came back.
Yeah.
So deaddad2015 @gmail.
Yes.
So I'm going to put together an agreement for 115. I'm going to send it over to you. It'll be cash. We'll pay the closing costs for you. Let me ask you this. I got 2 agreements. I could do the Michigan State paperwork, which is like 11 pages, or I got a 2-page little simple contract for cash deals. Would you guys rather have the Michigan paperwork, or would you rather have just an easy 2-page?
I'm not sure how that works out with the I've never, like I said, I've never sold a property before.
Yeah. Both of them work out fine because what we have to do, so the process is we take the paperwork and we give it to the title company. And then the title company is going to essentially make sure that you have the right to sell it to me. And they're going to make sure that when I buy it, that it transfers over and that you get the money. And so either is fine. The Michigan state paperwork is a lot more complicated because typically in a real estate transaction, people are going to the bank and they're getting lenders, and then they got to detail how that process works, right? Like what happens if the lender denies me? What happens if the appraisal fails, right? There's like a whole bunch of stuff they have to outline in that. And a lot of that's just irrelevant in a cash transaction like what we're doing. So if people are comfortable and if you're okay with that, I've got just a 2-page that's basically, hey, I'm buying it for this cash. And I'm buying it for this cash, and you're selling it for this, and we don't have to worry about all that other stuff. It's just, I like to ask if people are comfortable. Some people want to do the Michigan State, and some people just like the simple agreement. So it sounds like you guys are, it doesn't really matter all that much.
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, I'll put together just the simple one then, just so you guys can read it and make it easy. And then do you want me to follow up with you later today, or do you want me to follow up tomorrow, or what's that look like?
Probably tomorrow.
Okay. All right. So we're 1:15. I'm sending it over. You and your wife are going to talk about it today.
Yep.
And I'll call you tomorrow morning.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions for me, Daniel?
Not at this time.
All right. You're the man, bro. Have a good day. Okay.
Yep. You too.
Bye.
Bye.
So that was cool. That's one. I'm not 100% on that deal. I like the area a lot. I like the price of that area a lot. ARV could be 155 or it could be 185 based on what I'm seeing. So 2040. Actually, I have multiple leads for this guy. That's why. That's why I called him again. Okay, so what's his email? I'm gonna put this guy's email in here. deaddad2015@gmail.com. I just got a message from one of my guys saying that we have a interested buyer in one of my properties, which is crap, which is always exciting. All right, Dead Dad, Control-C. Can you send a 2-page agreement to this property for 115? There it is. All right, let's jump in, guys. Do the next thing. What do you guys think of that? Disclaimer, that looks super easy, but get completed when we start follow up with those sellers. I'm not quite sure what you're saying. Are you saying that it looks super easy and then when you follow up, it gets more complicated? I would kind of agree. I think what really happens is we get weird, right? Like we don't know how to have that next conversation when you follow up, because we're like, oh, well, we got to ask, well, we got to build rapport, well, we got to do this, and we don't know what we want, and we go into that. Hey, is this is Floyd available? This isn't Floyd.
This is the home.
Oh, okay. I was calling about the property on North Street. I was wondering if you guys wanted to sell it or not.
We have to call him back later.
Call back later?
Yes.
When?
Yes, he's not in right now.
Okay, when would be a good time?
Oh, after 5.
After 5. All right, sounds good. I appreciate it.
Huh?
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
I think the follow-up, guys, it's in our brain, right? It is weird if we make it weird, right? Like the first call I made this morning, or not the first call, but the first person I talked to was a follow-up. I've literally met with her. I've met with her 3 times. I've probably had 4 conversations with her. We're doing a lease option on a $400,000 property. The problem, I would say, with the follow-up as it gets squirrely, because I think what you're saying is complicated once you start following up, is we don't have a clear next step. Hello?
Hello? Yeah?
Hey, is this Mark?
Yes.
Mark, my man, this is Ronald Walker. How are you?
Oh, okay.
I was calling about your property on Stockbridge in Kalamazoo. Do you want to sell that deal?
Well, I don't know. Possibly.
That's what I like to hear. I'm interested in buying. What do you want for it?
Well, I think it's appraised at close to 60,000.
60? Okay. Is that the least you would take if we just did a cash deal? Would you be flexible with me, or is that kind of what you want?
Well, I'd want as close to that as I get.
Okay, of course. Can you tell me about the house a little bit? I got a few notes from my assistant that spoke to you the other day, but I know it needs like a new furnace. But like, tell me about the property.
Well, it's a 4-bedroom. It's got a big storage shed out back. Big storage shed. It used to be a print shop.
Nice. Is it almost like a pole barn, or?
I think it was built quite a while ago. I put a new roof on it a couple years ago.
Yep.
It just needs to be cleaned up a little bit because there's some debris from when I re-roofed it still in there.
Okay.
So yeah, 4-bedroom, 1 downstairs, 3 up. It's got 1.5 baths, so it's got a little half bath upstairs.
Nice.
And a full bath downstairs.
Okay.
It needs some cosmetic work, because it's, I've just been renting it out. So, I haven't really been remodeling or anything like that.
Yeah. How long's it been rented?
Probably about 15 years, I think.
Oh, dang. You've had this property a long time, bro.
Yeah, I've had it for a while.
What are you getting for rent? I'm assuming it's like between $600 and $800 a month in that area.
Yeah, I've been charging them $700.
$700. All right, cool. $700 a month.
And he's a real good tenant. He's real reliable with the rent.
Right. That's good. It's always nice when you got good people in your properties. You minimize brain damage.
Right.
I like it. What else? So you said cosmetic. What about, I know you said you re-roofed the shed. What about the roof on the house, the basement, electrical, plumbing? How's all that stuff?
The electrical's good. It's got a circuit breaker box, not an old fuse box. It's got regular circuit breakers.
That's good.
Plumbing and electrical are all seem to be good as far as I know.
No problems.
No problems with that. The basement's kind of dark and dingy, but it's fairly big.
Yeah. So catch me up to speed. What's your plan moving forward? Why sell now? Catch me up to speed on your whole plan. Why? It sounds like a good rental property.
Yeah, it's actually not bad. So I'm not, real eager to sell it, but I just kind of like to get out of the hassle of, renting it out, and the city's always complaining about something,
Mm-hmm. I understand that. I just got a notice from Lansing on one of my deals that I got to deal with. So totally understand that, bro.
Yeah, they fined me because the garbage can was out too long. That's curb. Can you believe that?
I've been threatened. I haven't actually been fined, but I've been threatened for the same thing. So I'm familiar with that.
Yeah. Yeah, Kalamazoo is kind of not the best place, really.
Well, I think all the all the little big cities around are just they're really tight. They want their place to look pretty and look good. So they've got their reasons, even if it makes it a little bit tougher for us.
Yeah, it always comes back on the landlord, though.
I know. So I'm looking at the area, all right, and just the recent sales. And I know you said you got that value at 60,000. So the house
would come down a little bit,
Yeah. So I'm just looking at a couple in the area. So the house literally right next to you on 1321 East Stockbridge. So that one sold for 55.
Okay.
Then we got one on 1230 Washington, which is like if you go up March and you turn left on Washington, it's like right up there. That one sold for 39,000 to an investor.
Okay.
And then there's one on 1503 Stockbridge. Like if you go down Stockbridge to the east of you, that one sold for 28,000. Now that one's a 2-bedroom, so that one might not count. Let's not do that one.
Right.
So I'm looking, because I'm an investor. I don't buy everything, and I hope you're okay telling me no if you don't want to do it, because I'm looking at this. I'm okay telling you no on the deal. So, like I don't know if I can come up to that 60K based on what I'm seeing there. Like I'm going to be a little bit cheaper. I mean, what are you going to do? Like I might not be your buyer. So what are you going to do if I don't buy it, or what's kind of your plan?
Well, I had it on the market before, and I was having a hard time, getting much interest in it. So I'd probably just continue running it for a while.
Okay. So
I mean, it's good steady income. It's not much, but it's it covers the house payment and a little bit more.
Right. Let me ask you this: if I did come up to around 60, would you give me terms on it?
Like what kind of terms?
Like, could we do like an owner finance deal where I would take over that underlying lien, maybe make the payment, and then give you a monthly payment on top of that to take it over? So you're essentially playing monopoly with the property instead of renting it.
Okay, so if I understand this correctly, you would take over ownership of the house, or I would retain ownership?
We could do it either way. So we can either do it where you become the full mortgage company, so you no longer are owners, and you basically think of it this way: like landlords in general are kind of at the bottom of the totem pole. Okay. And the reason why is you got to pay taxes, you got to repair it, you got to do that, you got to pay the mortgage company. Think of the banks, right? The banks, they got the biggest buildings in the world. They got all kinds of, they basically own everything, right? And so they're kind of at the top of the totem pole. So we're essentially upgrading you from being a landlord to being a bank. You're a private individual being the bank with me and owner financing it to me. So I can have an opportunity to come in and use it as a long-term investment property. And then I'm working with you rather than going to Wells Fargo and getting a bank or bringing my own cash. And it makes it easier, and it increases my cash on cash return having to work with you. So I don't know if that works for you, but like we could do that, or you can essentially do very similar. We could do like a land contract, But my goal is either going to hold it as a rental or put somebody in there who's eventually going to want to buy it or provide owner financing to somebody else and make a cash flow. That way we don't have to do repairs or anything like that.
I see. Yeah. Well, I thought about doing a land contract with the guy that's in there now because he's, he pays his rent on time and he'd like to buy it, but, his credit isn't real good.
Okay. That makes sense. So what, if you are open to him, are you potentially open to doing that to me or not really?
Well, I don't know. Like, okay, so you would do all the repairs on the house and pay the taxes and all that.
Yes.
And then you would just give me a payment every month.
That is correct. Just like a mortgage company.
Okay, and that would more than cover what I owe. I mean, I have a mortgage payment still of about $450 a month.
How much is that? How much is the mortgage, if you don't mind me asking? Like, what's left?
I think somewhere under 40,000.
Right.
It's like the high 30,000s.
Okay, so the way that it would work is if we did it that way, we would do what's called a subject to transaction. Okay. And on a subject to, basically what it means is that mortgage stays in place and I take the financial obligation of making that payment on your behalf. Okay. So, so the way it would work is whatever that payment is, $450 a month, I'd make that payment to the bank. I'd be responsible for making that payment. And then what we would do is whatever the difference is between that and your sales price, we'd set that up as another lien on the property. So it'd be like, so let's say it was 40 grand just for easy math. And let's say I bought it for, say I buy it for 55. Okay. So in that case, it's 15,000. What we would do is we'd set up that 15,000 and you would get a monthly payment on that 15,000 that goes directly to you. So you would have a lien on the property that is essentially a secured and attached to that property, just like a mortgage company would. And so I'm having to pay the underlying bank, which is yours, that's staying in place, and I would pay you. And in paying that, those two amounts would obviously go down. And then I have essentially two liens on the property, the lien going to you, the lien going to the bank. And then that allows me to either hold the property and rent it, or if I want to fix it up and sell it, like I'm not freaking out because I don't own the property and putting money into it. Or, I could do a land contract with another guy and sell it on a land contract for a period of time because I want to be the bank, right? And kind of make a spread in the middle. So there's different options there. How do you feel about all that?
Well, it sounds okay. I don't really, it's not something that I've done before.
Right.
It's not, so I'm not that familiar with it, but I could see where it would make a certain amount of sense,
How much money do you want to get from it per month? Like, because you told me, because this is what you said, and if I'm not your buyer, like that's totally okay, right? Like I really do want you to feel comfortable saying, that's not going to work. Because I like to say I'm a tiger in the woods, right? Like that's what I've been selling people. I'm trying to get basically 2 more before Christmas. Okay. That's why I'm calling around and talking to people right now. I want 2 more properties I can get so I can start off January, on a strong note. That's what I'm really hoping for. So, if it's not a fit for you, that's fine, but I am actively looking for a property. And so just keep that in mind.
Okay.
But, and I might not be the buyer. But if you were to do that, that allows you, to what you just said, not have to worry about the management of the tenant. You don't have to collect the payment. You don't have to worry about, a toilet breaking and either you or, calling your handyman to go out there and doing it.
Right.
You essentially just get that monthly payment and don't have to worry about it. Okay. Now, one of the questions that people get is, well, what if you stop paying? Right. Well, if we stop paying, basically what we can do is we can set it up where if we don't pay, because a lot of people are like, look, I'm not in the real estate business. Like, I don't know that. I don't want to do a foreclosure. I don't want to take the house back. I don't want to go through that headache, right? So one of the things that we do is to make people feel more comfortable is, hey, if you don't get payments for 3 months, which we have not defaulted on a property ever, but if you don't get payments for 3 months, and let's say aliens come and abduct Ronnie, and I get taken to Mars and they start doing experiments on me, then it automatically, you go to the county, you show them your deed that says you haven't gotten payments, and you can record that, and the property automatically transfers ownership back to you.
Okay.
Does that make sense? And that makes it easier for you, so you don't have to worry about, well, I don't want all these headaches, because if you're like me, you don't want brain damage.
Right.
So that's kind of what we do. But I guess, if it was me or anybody else, how are you going to know, that you made the right decision on the property?
I don't really know.
Is there anything you want to make sure happens or doesn't happen, or?
Well, okay, so I'm basically financing, say, $15,000, right?
Yes, sir.
And so you're paying that back. Are you paying interest, or is it you're just paying it off?
So typically that's what's wonderful about this is we can negotiate. So it's, what do you want? Do you want interest on that money?
Well, I wouldn't mind.
Hey, I understand that. So when we do interest, we usually do around 4%.
Okay.
So it essentially be 4%, right? And so at a 4% rate, and then we'd essentially, what kind of monthly payment would you want?
Well, I'm getting $700 a month now, so I wouldn't want to go under that.
So
if I can help it.
Yeah, so with that 700, obviously you have taxes and stuff on the property, and I've got to rent it out and make a little bit of money. So is there any way we could maybe pull that back to like you have a $450 underlying payment? If we gave you $150 on top of that, I mean, would that make you happy, and you don't have to worry about taxes or anything like that?
So you'd be paying me $600 a month.
Yeah, I'd be paying the underlying of $450 or whatever, and then you $150 on top.
Okay.
And that would last for if we did that, it would essentially be, what's that? It'd take 10 years to pay off 15, and you'd make $18,000. We could do something where there was like a balloon payment. If you wanted, we could do like a balloon payment at like 7 years, rather than going out the 10 years, if that would make you feel more comfortable. And that would pay off your underlying lien and whatever's owed you.
Well, it all sounds pretty good. I'd have to think about it, maybe talk to some people about it.
Yeah, totally understand. Absolutely. Making yourself feel comfortable. And it doesn't sound like you're in a spot where you want to sell right now. And typically,
well,
go ahead.
I'm not in a huge hurry to sell it, but I wouldn't mind getting out of it.
Mm-hmm. So assuming all of that happens, you talk to the people you want to talk to. I mean, what do you think the next step is from here? So I put my cards on the table. I'm trying to buy something, right? Like that's why I'm pretty aggressive. Like, I'm telling you what I want. When people tell me they want to think about it, you absolutely could think about it. Like, that is totally cool. I don't want to pressure you. You can tell me no. I just don't want to hound you. All right. So a lot of times people will tell me, hey, I want to think about it. And really, they're not super interested. And so I just want to make sure, if you're not actually interested, that we just get that out. Cause I don't want to call you back 5 times and you'd be like, dude, why is this dude calling me? Right. But if you are interested and you have kind of like what you would like my next step to be, Like I'd love to know what that is, so we're on the same page, we're working together, and we're working towards an outcome. Or if it really is no, like I'm a big boy, bro. You can say, you know what, I don't want to do that at this time.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm interested. I just would like to maybe talk to somebody, maybe this week, and come up with a decision like early next week. If that would work.
Yeah, that would work. What? When would you like me to follow back up with you?
Early next week would be good.
Okay. You want to shoot for like? You want me to just call you on Monday?
Sure.
All right. I'll call you Monday morning around this time.
All right. If there's I might have to make an appointment to talk to somebody. So if I can't,
yeah, that's fine, Mark.
Arrange it this week. Should I call you back?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, just give me a buzz. This is my cell phone number. So my name's Ronald Walker, by the way.
Okay. All right. And it's Walker Associates.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's my company, so. Right. I'm the owner, but yeah, it's just Ronald Walker, my company. I have an LLC or whatever, but yeah, it's just me.
Okay.
I got a partner that I work with too. You might have talked to Nate or whatever, but yeah, it's I'm the owner, so I'm the decision maker.
Okay. Yeah. It just says, I think it said that on my phone.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, it probably just went in there from the way I have my phone set up, at the phone company or whatever.
Right. Okay. All right. All right. Well, I'll talk to you next week then.
All right. Cool, Mark. I appreciate it. I'll put it in for Monday. I'll just give you a buzz. If something comes up, just feel free to text me or call me.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. You're the man.
All right. Thanks.
Bye. All right. So what'd you guys think of that? Any thoughts? I'd love to know what you guys think about that. So we have talked to him. He has been being followed up with for 5 months, just FYI. So that is the first, second, third, fourth, fifth. That is the 6th time we've talked to him. So he's been thinking about it for a while. So let's see. We're going to put the follow-up date on Monday. We just spoke to him today. Any thoughts on that, guys? I'd love to know what you guys think. I'm going to put him in hot. Stockbridge. We're going to go here. And I'm going to enter the notes on this real quick, guys. Let me flip over. You guys got any questions? Any thoughts? Complicated. Great work. I liked how you worded that. Killed it. Sweet. I appreciate it. Yeah, I would say, oh yeah, that's what we're talking about before you answered. The complicated part. I think a lot of what it is just knowing what you want to do next. And setting that up. And that's one of the reasons why I like the question, assuming we could do everything that you said, what's the next step? Right. And then I like to cut it just like I did on that call. I like to just cut through I want to think about it and just like, dude, I want to buy. Like I'm here, I'm talking to you because I want to buy something by this time frame. Do you want to sell or not? And really just pulling that out. I think a lot of us are afraid of saying that because he wants 60. We actually talked about 55,000 owner financing. I think a lot of us are afraid to pull that out because it feels weird, right? So just pull it out. Ask them the question. Tell them what you're afraid of. If you are afraid of it being complicated, just straight up tell them. There's an element of just being transparent. Underlying lien. Sorry, guys, I'm doing this at the same time. There's an element of being transparent that can seem really hard. $150 per month to him. It's rented for $700. Had it for 15 years. Kind of wishy-washy. All right, cool. But if you can just tell them what you're looking for and then cut through it, just like what I did with him, I was like, look, dude, when people tell me they want to think about it, I've been doing this a long time, right? Like usually people are just trying to get me off the phone and then they're going to ghost me, right? They're not going to answer the phone. Look, I don't want to be that guy. If you want to sell, I want to buy. But if you don't want to sell, dude, tell me no. That's why I just told you earlier, like I'm a big boy. You don't want to do it, just tell me. Let's not beat around the bush. And I think if we can learn to do that, not just you, but if I can learn to do that better, we will get more deals, right? We will get more deals. People will talk to us. And then we're just like, okay, what's the next step? Well, I don't know. Okay, well, do you want to sell? Yes, I do. Okay, so would the next step be blank? Okay, do you really need to talk to somebody? Yes. Okay, the one thing I didn't ask is who you're going to talk to, right? I didn't ask that, but he's like, yes, I need to talk to somebody. I was like, okay. He's like, well, I have to set an appointment, which probably means it's an accountant or something like that if it's real. Then it's like, okay, well, can I call you back on Monday? Oh, early next week. No. Can I call you back on Monday? Like, let's narrow this down. Let's not go general. Let's go specific. And if we can go specific and we can have a plan, we can create that next step together. And so it doesn't become complicated. So before you get off the phone, here's a real quick tip, guys, real quick tip. So I don't know who's listening or whatever, but if you are, a real quick tip is if you feel like they're trying to rush you off the phone, say, hey, before I let you go, can I ask you 2 more questions? Right? You could say 1 more question if you only have 1, but I like saying 2 more questions because it prepares them to calm down a second, right? It allows the conversation. Hey, before I get off the phone, I got 2 questions for you. 1, boom, you could ask the follow-up question. 2, and you could take it wherever you want to go, and it allows that conversation to continue, right? So you're continuing it. You're not just getting off the phone. You're like, crap, I'm never going to get a hold of that dude again. So just some things to think about in the call. It does get complicated, but a lot of times it gets complicated is because we're going off of a script. And if they don't follow the script, you don't know what to do. And let's just be real and let's just attack it. And so if you can create, hey, what's my next step? And make your sales process super easy. Hey, I don't know if you're still thinking about selling the next time you call, or hey, are you still wanting to sell? Yes or no? They say yes or they say no. You know exactly right away what's going on. And then just, okay, from last time, catch me up to speed. What's been going on? Hey, I'm calling because of blank, right? I'm calling because I want to know if you signed that paperwork. Hey, I'm calling because, whatever that is, just be straight up with it. I'm calling because I sent you the contract yesterday and, I haven't seen it back. Are you guys getting cold feet or what's going on? If you don't want to sell, that's cool. I'm not here to push it on you. I want to buy. If you want to sell, let's work together. If you don't, that's okay. Like, just let me know. Just let me know where you're at. And if you can cut through that, I kind of feel like I'm ranting, but if you can cut through that, that'd be awesome. So I did start my dialer again. So I'm just talking where we're going. Any other thoughts on that? I am like way
Good
open.
morning.
Good morning. How we doing? Is this Richard?
Yes, who's this?
Hey, Richard, this is Ronald Walker. I was calling about your property on Lucas.
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
All right.
Good. I was curious. Do you want to sell that property still or no?
Well, we already got it under contract. It's closing next week.
Oh man, I'm late to the table.
Yeah.
Would you guys sell it for?
What are you looking for?
What was that? I'm sorry.
What are you looking for exactly? Something over in that area for investment, or are you gonna owner occupy?
No, it would not be an owner occupied. It would be an investment. I'm an investor here in the Grand Rapids area, like the greater Grand Rapids. We buy in Kalamazoo and stuff too. So,
Okay. Do you buy and hold or do you flip?
both.
Okay, I got a great buy and hold.
Okay. Would it be a good if I bought it and owner financed it? Would be a good that way. That's how I like to hold them usually. Is I'll owner finance them out.
Well, this one's a 2-unit.
Okay.
It's going to cash flow pretty well if you rent it. Yeah, I don't know.
Is it a 2-unit or a 2-bedroom?
No, 2-unit.
Okay, nice. I like duplexes.
All right, let me give you the address. or I can email you the.
Yes.
Let me get
What's
it
the
up
address?
It's 601 West North. It's kind of close to that Lucas.
Okay. What are you guys asking
It went
for
on
it?
the market for about 54. Let me pull it up here.
Is it listed or is it off market?
No, it's listed.
Okay.
But it's listed cheap enough. Might as well be off market.
Nice.
54,020. $54,020. I don't know what the deal is there.
Someone wants an extra lunch out of the deal.
What's that?
I said someone wants an extra lunch out of the deal for that extra $20.
Yes. What's your email?
It's R Walker at thewalkergroupusa.com. Tell me about the house.
Have we done a deal before?
I don't think we have.
Oops, it just wiped out for me. R
Walker.
Yeah, hang on just a second. My screen's messing up here. R Walker. So it's R Walker at
thewalkergroupusa.com.
Groupusa.com. Okay, that's better. All right, I'm sending that one right now.
Cool. Tell me about it. What does it need?
Well, it's going to need a refresh. It was due for recertification. It's occupied month to month.
Mm-hmm.
The rents on it are $700 on one and $400 on the other.
Okay. Is it currently rented or no?
Yes, it says it is month to month.
Nice.
Take a look at that one and drive by or whatever you do. It's just, the prices for the market today is very low.
Yeah. Yeah. Does what about the roof, the basement, electrical, plumbing? What does that look like?
Well, being rented, I'm sure that's got to be up. I haven't been in it.
Okay.
I know the listing and I was expecting it. So I just know it won't last. So that's why I'm putting you on it right away.
Gotcha. Is this yours or is this someone else's?
No, this is somebody else's, but I'm going to probably sell it to one of my investors.
Gotcha.
Got to act quick, whoever grabs it.
Right. No, that's cool, man. That's cool. So
So
are you
you're always
looking to buy
looking
more
for-
property or are you just offloading what you have or what's going on there?
I'm primarily an agent directly for the banks and the government agencies.
Interesting. That's super cool.
But
So
they're all stuck in the middle of the court processes right now because the government stopped the court processes back in 2020. So houses that I've been monitoring weekly for almost 2 years that were vacant then have sat vacant all this time, and now the court processes for legal possession are going on. So I expect a huge inventory. Well, I shouldn't say huge. I think it's going to normalize the inventory. And it's going to trickle through for about 3 years the way they work. So probably second quarter of next year, we're going to see by the houses that have been vacant 2 years come on the market. And if they don't decide to rehab them, like, they typically would, the only reason they may not rehab them and sell them move-in ready right now is because it takes 1.5 years to get a contractor to do anything.
So are you taking these properties from the bank and you're turning around and you have a group of investors that you work with and you're basically saying, yo, this is an investment property. Do you want to take a look at it? Is that what you're doing?
Well, I have about 2,000 people that register on my website for them.
Okay.
Investors and homeowners. I'm the guy the banks call when they get something.
Well, it sounds like you're the guy I want to get to know. So when it comes up, you can give me a call.
Sure. We just give everybody an equal chance. Sometimes they fight over them and bid against each other, and other times everybody's all talk and one person shows up and buys them.
Yep. and just kind
You
of go from
know,
there.
everybody
Are they normally in
is buying
Kalamazoo?
loads.
Are they usually in Kalamazoo? Or are they like in Grand Rapids? Are they all over? Like, where's your specific area?
Well, my primary areas are 5 counties: Kalamazoo, Allegan, Barry, Calhoun, Van Buren, St. Joseph.
Okay.
I occasionally, get something up in Grand Rapids. Those have been interesting.
Yeah. Do you know the guy who's the head of the banks in Grand Rapids or no?
Well, the banks that I represent are Wells Fargo, HUD. It's not the local; it's the national stuff.
Right. No, that's good. That's good. All right, Mark. Well, I'm going to keep it. What's your email? I mean, you just sent it to me, but let me write it down.
Yeah, Richard at 269-345-7000.com. Probably the number you called. Richard at myphonenumber.com.
Okay. So
And
let me just make sure.
Just visit and register at richardstewart.com, and then you'll end up on the list automatically.
Okay.
Just register once you're on there for what you're looking for. But that one on North Street, it's just kind of a diamond in the rough, I think, because of the way prices are.
Right. That's pretty good. I'll take a look at that North Street. I'll let you know if I'm interested in that.
Well, I don't know if you're aware, but the Gibson Guitar Building right down the street from all this is being developed into a Hard Rock Cafe and hotel.
Nice.
That's going to change. It's slowly been changing over there on the north side as far as demographics. It's a lot of young professionals now.
Yep.
They're slowly building out from the east. The northeast section there has all been turned around, and now it's $1,500 apartments. So
it's basically just the city's kind of building out in that direction, is what you're telling me.
Well, I think the term is gentrify.
Yep.
And so, the houses right now that might have been $10,000 a few years ago are selling for, well, I just sold just an absolute rat trap around the corner from this. Just terrible condition, and a 2-bedroom on top of it. And that one I had people fighting over for $35,000.
Okay.
So that's kind of the lowest on the market.
Yeah.
And then I had Lucas, and it's just a matter of who's going to buy and mold at that point. But
yeah,
I don't think you can go wrong at that price point. And you might look at it and decide turn it back into a single family.
Right. There's lots of options on there. Do you know? I'm assuming the utilities are all together.
It doesn't say, so I'd be inclined to say, yeah, they're together.
Nice. All right, I'll take a look at it, man. I'm gonna look up your email and see where it's at, and see if I can put on your list and see what you guys push out.
All right, sounds good.
All right, Richard, man. You have a good day. All right.
You too. Bye.
Bye. All right, this guy is. We sold it. Looks like he's a real estate agent too, so I'm gonna put somebody else. Get him off the list. How's everyone doing? You guys doing well? I appreciate your comments today. Gosh, there's actually a lot of comments today. I appreciate that, Gabe. You're the freaking man. I'm not sure what you mean by what particular wording I did, but I'm glad you liked it. Killed it. Nice job. Sweet. I've got trying to jump up some more. I have 2 contracts out right now. One is on Jewett Street, which is the land deal we discussed yesterday. And one is Jerome, the one we just did this morning. So we just sent them out and did that. if they sign today, sorry, I got a text message. If they sign, we will be at 1 per day this week, which is pretty cool. We had 1 on Monday. We had 1 yesterday. I have 2 out for today. So that'd be pretty sweet. So we're plugging away. I also have a couple follow-ups and stuff of people who want to go. Yeah, Mike, that was in Kalamazoo. That is absolutely right. Hello?
Oh, yeah.
Can you hear me? Frank?
Yes. Yeah.
Hey, Frank, this is Ronald Walker. I was calling about your property in Arbor.
Yeah, okay.
Do you want to sell that property? It sounds like you might have gotten a bunch of calls.
Well, maybe next spring, sir.
Okay, so you guys are getting through the winter?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Is there a particular time, like next, are we talking like March, April?
Yeah, right around April, probably.
Okay, cool. Sweet. That sounds good, man.
Just give me a call back, okay?
Yeah, I'll give you a call. You guys have a Merry Christmas, okay?
All right, thank you.
Bye. So something like that totally caught me off guard, by the way. Like, oh crap, I couldn't get to my tab fast enough. All right, Frank. So someone who wants to go sell next spring. Cool thing, guys. Remember, follow up in this game is super, super, super important, right? So if you can create an automatic follow-up sequence, like I'm putting it on him right now. Literally, the follow-up sequence is seller is interested but wants to wait a few months. That's my follow-up sequence. So you start it, and just to kind of give you guys a picture, right, what that looks like. Let this process. This is what it looks like. So literally in I got the action date. So the first text message he's going to get a text message a few days before Christmas, and he's just going to say, hey, this is Ronnie. I'll tell you the text message. Hey, this is Ronnie. We spoke about your property a few weeks ago. How you doing? Did you decide to keep it? Right? And then it's going to do, like, a month later, it's going to send them another text message, very similar. Hey, blah, blah, and it keeps it in front of them. And then what happens is when they respond, however they decide to respond, it'll come into my system as a new text message, and I can text them, and I can even call them and open up that conversation. That way, by the time spring comes, right, we can talk to them. We just put a property under contract in Muskegon. Guys, this is why it's so freaking killer. We just put a property under contract in Muskegon. Last year, December, I talked to him for the first time. We talked about a $35,000 sale. His wife had cancer. He basically was like, look, I'm out. I'm not selling it, blah, blah, blah. We've been following up with him for a year. And literally we put it under contract last week for $29,000. It's worth, in Muskegon, it's worth about 105. Okay. Like, guys, this stuff freaking rocks, right? Like, put it under. That one has a building attached to it too. Like, it's super sweet. So anyway, it's a rocking property. Anybody who buys it, it's going to be a great cash flow. So follow up is the name of the game. Did I hit the start button here? Sorry. You guys are hearing me rant. I'm supposed to be making calls. You guys are distracting me. Just kidding. You're not distracting me. I actually enjoy this. Let me see if I have Mike Beckett. Hello? Is this Kim? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Is this Kim?
Yes, it is.
Sorry, I was looking at another one named Mike right when you picked up.
Oh.
So I apologize. Hey, my name's Ronald Walker, bro. I'm calling about your property on Hodge in Lansing.
Yeah.
Do you want to sell that property or no? I'm looking for a property to buy.
Well, I'm looking to sell. Haven't listed it or anything yet.
Okay. What do you want for it?
Well, I'd like to get 100 out of it.
Okay. 100.
I know it's worth that.
Are you flexible if we were to do a cash deal or not really?
it would have to be pretty darn close to that.
All right. What's close? Like, would you put me in your will and I could pay you 60 for it? I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. Tell me about the house, man. What's it look like? All that fun stuff.
Okay. It's 3 bedrooms. They're all upstairs. Well, there's 2 bedrooms upstairs. You go up the steps, go to the right. There's a bedroom.
Yep.
Go to the left. There's a bedroom, closet. Right at the bottom of the steps, there's a really small bedroom, maybe 10 by 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a bathroom on the main floor.
Mm-hmm.
Tub, shower, sink, toilet, living room, dining room, sunroom, kitchen,
Okay.
all on the main floor. French doors go out to the deck.
Yep.
We added to the deck a little bit last year.
Yep.
Full basement. It's a Michigan basement, but not stone. I
Yep.
mean, it's all block, but not finished. Big 2-car garage. Somebody could do some car work and stuff in there without a problem. It's nice big 2-car garage.
Wow.
Blacktop drive. It's possible. There's an empty lot next to the house. I've been talking with my neighbor, and she may sell that with it.
That'd be
I
cool.
may sell that with it if she lets me have that. But,
That'd be cool.
yeah, so I mean, it's nice.
Does it
we
need
have-
anything that needs to be repaired, or what's the roof like? Sounds like the basement's good, but electrical and plumbing is all that. How's all that?
Electrical, plumbing's all good. When I moved in, I had all the main drains and everything replaced, and that was like 8 years ago. So that's all new.
Okay.
There's clean outs outside. That's all been redone. Roof is probably within the next 5. Might need to be replaced.
Okay.
It's the wraparound roof. It kind of looks like the gingerbread house, you know.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yep. And I put eaves on it because it was getting my basement wet. So I put eaves on it. That's really helped. Other than that, I mean, we've done a lot to it. The kitchen's been redone. We've repainted everything.
I'm curious. Are you working with a real estate agent, or how'd you get the value of the?
We haven't. We've just been fixing it up, kind of as we go, and fixing it up how we want it. And we said if we sell, great. If we don't, just kind of got it word of mouth out there that we're thinking of selling. So.
Gotcha. Okay, that's cool. So I'm an investor, just FYI. Okay, so I don't know if I didn't say that, but so I'm a local investor. I'm in the Grand Rapids area, but we go out to Lansing. So I am looking to buy something that I can make money on. Okay. And so that's just that's the game I'm playing. I'm looking for trying to put 2 more under contract before Christmas, so we can start January off strong, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so let me ask you this. At 100,000, I don't know if I'm your buyer for a cash side. I don't think I can come up to 100 grand on a cash. Okay. However, if I was to pay 100, I mean, would you owner finance it to me or no?
You know what? I really don't know what that would consist of as far as when you say that. I don't know what really you're talking about.
Okay, that's totally cool. So
I mean, I'm just being honest.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. That's perfect, bro. That's perfect. Basically what that would look like, instead of me bringing a lump sum of cash, right? Because especially if other investors are reaching out to you, on a cash basis, everyone tries to beat up everybody on price to get, some equity, right?
Yep.
So instead of doing that, you're essentially being the bank for me. Okay. So I don't know if you have a mortgage on it, which it's okay if you do.
I only owe about 26.
Okay. So essentially what it'd look like is you'd play Monopoly with the property in the sense of you'd sell it to me, but instead of me bringing 100 grand cash, we'd come up with the terms of the sale. So I could pay 100 grand. Typically in that we would talk about a down payment and we talk about a monthly payment. And in that amount, we'd figure out, okay, how much would you be willing to accept monthly? How much would you want down? And then we would have that and ride that out on a monthly payment for a certain term. Okay. You know, most banks, obviously banks are, you know, the rulers of the known world with all the buildings and everything. They usually do 30 years, but most individuals don't want to do that, right? Most times it's between 7 and 10 years. You want to get cashed out.
Right.
So on something like that, the way it would look is we'd come up with a monthly payment, and then whatever the lump sum was left after, say, a 10-year period, you would get that lump sum on a balloon note. So if we were to do something like that, I mean, would you be open to like you know, on a $100,000 property with what it's worth? You know, if I could turn around and hold it and rent it, I'm assuming the rents in the area are between, you know, $750 and $1,000, depending on the property. You know,
you get that. That's for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. I mean, would you take $500 a month for however long?
See, here's my deal. I sell my place. I got to get something else.
Do you live there?
Yeah.
I totally understand. I got it.
So for me to work something like that out, then it's like, well, what's it going to cost me to get into something else?
Right.
And you know, how's that gonna work?
Would you need a down payment, or would you want to pay cash for something? Because if you want to pay cash, then the owner financing is not going to work, right? Because you need all the money.
Right.
If you're
I'm
looking to do a down
the mortgage
payment
part off, and then still have cash to put down on something.
That's correct. How much money do you think you need to put down? Like, what are you trying to move into? Do you have a price point?
No. I mean, I'm telling you, we're looking. We want to go south. We want to get out of Michigan.
South to like Florida?
Yeah.
There you go.
So we're wanting to get out of here. I don't like this white stuff.
I know. It's snowing today, bro. I don't know what's going on. I woke up and it's snowing.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a lot to talk about. I mean, between me and my wife, and but you know, I guess I'm up for it if it all works out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard to say when. I mean, I got to find something.
Yep.
In the time that we would want to.
Well, and here's the thing. The truth is, I'm probably not your buyer, just from what I'm looking at. Okay, so. Right. But here's some things to think about. Is one, how much money, like, do you like the idea of having an additional monthly income, even if it's small? Right? That's something to think about. How much money do you guys really need for the next property, right? Do you need, like, what are you going to do with the money? Are you going to put 15 grand down? Are you going to put 30 grand down? Are you going to put 5 grand down? Like, are you going to do an FHA loan? Like, what does that look like? And figuring out what is that payment, or what is that down payment you need? Because that's going to be a huge factor in this, right? That's going to be a huge factor between cash and this. The truth is, you will get the most money out of this property if you owner finance it, right? And the reason why is because you'll get interest on the money you hold. And once it's said and done, instead of selling it for 100, even if you were to sell it for 100 on the market for cash, you have to pay the realtor 10 grand, right? And the closing fees. This way you avoid all of that. You just have to wait longer. But if you need the money right away, that's why you would sell it cash, right? It's like, hey, we need the money. But if you come through and say, hey, we'd like an extra income, we'd like to maximize the sales price and the money we can get out of this property that we have, we need X, right? We need 20 grand or whatever. Then you can make some really good decisions, right? Because then you know what you need, you know what you're willing to do, and you don't feel like, hey, I'm going to make a bad decision and this thing. The flip side is if you sell it cash, the question that I would ask and that I have asked in the past when I do that is, okay, what's this money going to do? I literally just spoke to my in-laws and literally we just had a conversation on, hey, what do you do with a whole bunch of money that's sitting there from a house sale? Like it's just sitting there not making anything. And so when you are considering this, like is 70 grand just going to sit in the bank and just, rot away from inflation, or are you going to use that for something else?
Right.
And so, like I said, I'm probably not your buyer, but just some things for you to consider.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
As you're going through. So let me ask you this, what is the next step? What would you like? Because I don't want to hound you. It sounds like you guys are in the midst of a big move. I am interested in buying, especially if it's under financing. I like buying it that way. It makes it easier for me, keeps my cash on cash low. And I don't have to go through, the banking system, which they just make it really difficult, right? How would you like me to follow back up with you? Would you like me to give you some time? Would you like what would be, because I don't want to hound you, right? If you guys don't want to sell to me, just straight up tell me no and I'll go away. But if you are interested, I want to be able to touch base back with you and maybe unpack some more and see if we can work together.
Why don't you see? I mean, we're into December already, so it's not going to be something I'm going to do before Christmas.
Okay.
So I mean, I did just straight up, yes, because there's no way I got.
Right. There's a lot happening in the next 2 weeks.
Right. So I mean, if you can call me after the first of the year,
okay,
I can talk to some friends of mine that have been into selling and buying homes and just kind of see what's my best option too, because I mean, they know me and what we're trying to do. So
I think that's a good plan.
Help me make some good decisions instead of quick decisions and then maybe regret it later.
I think that's smart, man. I think the getting some wise counsel is definitely good. So let's do this. I'm gonna put a note here to call you after the first. I'll probably send you a couple text messages just between then. My name's Ronald Walker, by the way, Ronnie or Ronald Walker.
Okay.
And so we can just touch base. If at any time, bro, you're like, look, I'm out. Like we're good. Are you Kim?
I'm Kim. My wife's Kimberly.
Oh, so look at that.
We're the Kim.
Nice. You're the Kim family. I love it.
Yeah.
Cool.
I tell everybody I'm Kim and she's Burley. So
that's good. That's good.
And she loves that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, Kim. Well, I'll do that. I'll send you a text message probably a little bit before Christmas or whatever, just to see where you guys are at, and then we can touch base afterwards.
Okay. Sounds great.
All right, Kim, bro. Have a happy holiday.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. So, Kim, what do you guys think of that? Pretty cool, huh? Let me find this lead. Kim and Kimberly. All right. So, cultivating, follow up, interested, add. I'm gonna jump over to you guys real quick. Who's all here? Cool, great confidence and straight to the point. Dude, that's what you need to do, right? Like, if nobody wants to beat around the bush, right? Like, we just want to get directly to it. You do have to create some credibility and make people laugh, and but at the same time, like tell people what you want. Like, I'm here for a reason. I'm not here to necessarily create friends, although friends come out of this. I'm calling them out of nowhere. Not really. We've already cold called them. They're leads. but I'm calling them because I want to buy the house. And so just jump into it. My explanations could get tighter. I could get better. Also, the other thing to do, guys, is, I jump in here, do this. I actually personally, I visualize and debrief my calls. And I ask myself, okay, how could I have done better? What's a different way I could say this? What's a way I could add a little bit more human element, but be a little bit more to the point? There's some amazing guys out there who've got great stories and explanations. If there's something I could get better at, it's telling stories, right? To bridge the gap to my point.
Hello?
Hey, is this Lance?
Hello? It is.
Hey, Lance, this is Ronald Walker. How you doing this morning?
I'm fine, Ron. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I was calling because about your property on Ruddle. I was wondering if you'd be interested in selling that property.
Actually, we have a buyer for it already.
Do you?
The short answer is yes, but we have a buyer. She's actually in there fixing it up right now, and then she's going to buy it from us in August.
Wow. Okay, that's cool. Is it going to be someone that's living there, or is it like an investor, or what's that look like?
Yeah, she's an investor. She's somebody who flips homes, and she has too many properties right now, but she wanted to get it off the market. And she wanted to do a land contract, but we can't do that because of the acceleration clause in our mortgage agreement. And so we said what we could do is rent it to you and give you an opportunity to, zhuzh it up to flip. And then we're going to put it on the market at the end of our agreement with her, which is in August, and gave her right of first refusal on the sale. And if she does, if she doesn't want to buy it, then we're just going to sell it. We don't owe her anything. So it actually works out pretty well.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, that's I love that. It's called like the technical term for that. If you guys are looking, it's called the Novation Agreement. Is what that's called. So so if you go in, it's called the Novation Agreement because you're retaining ownership and she's going in and working on the property. And what happens is if you guys turn, she is basically saying, yo, I want a net blank, because that's what she's hoping for, right? She's wanting a net blank and she's willing to put the work in, and you retain ownership, and you guys just agree, okay, you get blank after she makes this or makes her money back or whatever money she's put in there. That's pretty cool, man. I'm glad it's working out for you.
Yeah, I mean, if anything changes, I'll put another flag up the pole.
Yeah.
But, it was our first house, and it was underwater for a long time, but with the real estate prices doing what they're doing, we're finally above water, and what we owe on it's about what it's worth. Actually, it's under what it's worth.
Okay.
Which is nice, because there was a long time we were about 80% underwater because the Lansing housing market fell apart.
Dude, I bet that feels so good that it came up now.
Whew. Yeah, and so we're really excited to get rid of it. And the reason why we want to get rid of it, we've been renting it, but we never wanted to be landlords.
Yeah.
We never wanted to deal with any of that stuff. And, we got stuck with it. And we were so far underwater, we couldn't refinance it. I mean, my mortgage on it's at 7% right now.
Wow.
Interest rate, because we got it during the mortgage boom.
Yep.
We got a terrible deal. We were young, and anyway, we're looking forward to getting rid of it.
Yeah, I mean, if it's been that long, I mean, what you're talking about, like a 15-year hold, probably. If it's been a long time.
Yeah, I mean, we've been paying on it since 17 years.
Jeez. Yeah, man, I'm sure I'd be excited too.
Yeah, and it has just been a nightmare for our family and caused us so much hardship. So we're really excited just to try to move it.
That's awesome, man. That's cool.
But
so,
I'll let you know
hey, yeah, man. My name's Ronald Walker. If something comes up, feel free to give me a call. Otherwise, man, congratulations on the sale.
All right, thanks.
All right, Merry Christmas.
Have a great one.
Bye.
You too. Bye.
All right. Lance Warner. So, just FYI, guys, like a lot of people, do these people really open to creative stuff? That dude's basically, it doesn't sound like the investors that protected in that deal, based on what he explained. I don't know what they agreed to or what they didn't agree to, but that was a novation agreement, right? That was basically the investor coming in and saying, hey, I want to flip the house, but instead of me getting all your equity and paying cash and paying the lender fees and paying this and doing this, and what if I just bring the rehab and my crews, What if I fix it up? And what if we put it on the market? And what I want is I want 15 or 20 grand, and I want my cost paid back. And then you can keep everything else. And that way you can maximize your sales price and I can get my profit that I'm looking for. How does that sound? That is basically what that lady pitched to him, or that they're doing, right? That he's renting it. It's probably some type of lease option, the way she said it. But the way to really do that to protect yourself and to protect the homeowner, for that matter, is a novation agreement. So sellers are totally open to that. Like, people are like, "Wow, that's weird. You're crazy." No, like, they're looking for the best option for them and how they can make the most money. And we have those options. We have those strategies, and we're so afraid to bring it up. Dude, just bring it up. That conversation could have lasted hours. I'm not sure which one. Yeah, you need to be careful. I'm that dude. I'll sit there and talk to people. So you need to be careful on that, Michael. Absolutely. So, but yeah, the novation agreement, that's cool. Like, that's super cool. That makes it really easy. I got one. I'm doing a lease option, but we're adding a novation agreement to the lease option, on top of it as well. And so basically it says that, I'll get a certain amount back if it's resold or blah, blah, blah. And so it's a really good way of purchasing homes. So today, so far, we have made 46 calls today so far. We've had, hey kitty, let's see, I don't know how many conversations we've had. I sent out one contract. Let's see, I can look at them. So today's calls, I actually lied to you. I've had 28 calls today. I'm 46 in my dialer. I've had 5 conversations. My acquisition coordinator has made 40 calls, and he's had 4 conversations today. So that's cool. I also know he's got
Good morning, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Clyde Hendrick Realtors. How may I direct your call?
Yeah, I was looking for Robert Hendricks, or Hendrick.
Oh, Hendrick. He is not in his office right at the moment. Would you like to leave a message
Sure.
in his voicemail?
Yeah, I can leave a message for him.
And may I ask who's calling?
This is Ronald Walker. I think he has like a property portfolio that he was interested in selling. It was like an investment portfolio. And so I don't know if it's his personally. I think it was his personally that I was interested in.
Okay, hold on one second. Robert. He likes to know who is calling. Robert.
Yeah, no. It's totally fine.
Okay. I am going to transfer you to his phone and leave a message, and I'll let him know. He's just downstairs, so when he comes back up, I'll
Yeah, that's
know you
fine.
called.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, thank you, Robert. Okay, hold on, please.
You've reached Bob Hendrick extension. I'm unavailable or not here, and if you care to leave a message, I'll get back to you at the first opportunity.
Please leave your message after the tone. When done, hang up or press the pound key.
Bob, this is Ronald Walker. I was calling about a property portfolio that you have. I believe you spoke to somebody on my team a while back, but I'm the owner. Wanted to reach out and discuss it with you and see if you'd be open to selling those properties in Grand Haven. It sounds like there's some vacant lots. There's some properties. There's a duplex, different properties. So if you'd give me a call back, I am interested in discussing it and exploring the option of selling or buying it. If you want to sell, and if not, don't worry about this call. But you can reach me here at this number, and I'd love to speak with you. Thanks. There we go. man, different businesses, they have different scripts, right? There's different points, there's different benefits, there's different pain points. I think if you can just, as you're talking to people with real estate, one, don't be intimidated by the fact that you're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars. I think a lot of people breeze over that, right? It is weird, especially. Hello?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Is Robert available?
No, he's not. Could I take a message?
Yeah, this is Ronald Walker. I think I've called a couple times, but I was interested in that property on Church Street, potentially buying that from you guys.
For how much?
I don't know. What are you guys asking for it? $25,000. Okay. Do you mind telling me about the property? Because I'm trying to buy. I'm essentially trying to put 2 under contract before Christmas, so I can start off January strong. Do you mind telling me about it? Like, what's the inside look like? All of that fun stuff. Because I'm really serious. I'm looking for 1 or 2 more.
Well, right now I'm kind of involved in something, so I have your number here. I can call you back.
Okay. Do you want me to touch base with you if I don't hear from you, or what would you like the next step to be before I let you go?
No, I'll call you back.
All right. Just give me a call back. What was your name?
My name's Irma.
Irma. I appreciate it, Irma. Thank you. Bye. They want $25,000 for that. That would be pretty sweet, actually, if we could get it for 25. But it sounded like there was some skepticalness there. I'm going to put that as a hot lead. Spoke to Irma, very brief. Spoke to Irma. Irma, she wants 25K. Very brief and conversation. I'm going to put it in hot, though, because even though the conversation went bad, if we could pick that deal up for 25, that property, that would be way sweet, actually. I'm just putting it in here. That would be, that'd be way sweet. I got literally on the same street, I got a $98,000 comp. So that'd be pretty sweet. Let's see. Buyers, they wonder why you're asking, or sometimes like your fees so much on properties. It's like, look, how much are properties worth? And are you sitting there negotiating for hours? Like I've been on this live for almost 2 hours, guys, right? Like, hey, there's, if you're really wholesaling and you're doing a good job and you know what properties are worth, like this stuff it's worth it, right? Like it's good money. You're picking up, you're finding the deals. Hey, Elizabeth, I am glad that it's
North Tuma.
Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hello? Yes, I can.
Hey, this is Ronald Walker. I was calling about your property on Pickett.
I'm here.
Nice. Do you want to sell that house or no?
I do, yes.
What do you want for it?
I don't know. We haven't figured it out yet.
No? Do you have a magic price you'd love to get?
About 500,000.
500,000, man. Tell me about it.
Three bedroom brick ranch, bath and a half, hardwood floors, newer furnace, newer roof. Waiting to meet the garage door guy right now, putting a new garage door in. Good neighborhood. Screened in back porch, fenced in yard.
did you guys flip the property, or is this like a long-term investment property?
Something we bought and should have flipped long ago, but we're looking at doing it now. We're definitely going to do it within the next couple of months.
Gotcha. Okay. Based on what you're telling me and the work and stuff you're putting in, so I'm an investor. Okay, so I'm looking for something I can make money on too, right? In that area, I mean, it sounds like you guys are just going to hire a real estate agent and put it on the market.
We'll do it ourselves.
Okay. Would you guys own or finance it or no?
Preferably not.
Okay. That's cool. I'm looking at, like, from a realistic standpoint, I mean, I'm looking at sales anywhere from 230 to 287. Is that kind of the price point you were really looking for?
I would guess that'd be pretty close.
Okay. That's kind of what I'm looking at as far as the home sales in the area. If I was to come in cash, I'd want it a little bit cheaper than that. And so I'm not 100% that it would be a good fit for us. If you were to consider owner financing, is there any reason you would, or you just trying to steer clear of that?
Yeah, we don't need the hassle primarily, I guess, but or I guess we don't. Well, I don't know. I'd have to discuss it with my wife. We've got this plus a number of others. Hey, my garage door guy's pulling in right now. Why don't you text me your name and number and oh no, that wasn't him. Text me your name and number and
I'll do it. I'll do it right now. I'll text you my name and number. My name's Ronald Walker. I'll text it to you, and we'll see what we can do.
All right, sounds good. Have a good day.
Hey, you do the same, my man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Caught me off guard. I'm actually getting tired, guys, so I'm probably going to take a break. I'm coming up on the 2-hour mark. Let me just grab this guy's phone number. Go to Podio. The cool thing about doing these calls like this, at least that I hope for you guys as you're watching, because Elizabeth said she's learning. I hope that, so sales training is so good. Just FYI, like, I love sales training. I got half these freaking books are sales books, right? Like sales and business. It's so good, but there's a huge but. And that is that the actual conversation is like split second. You can't use all these techniques in every call, right? You can't read it and then do it. The only way to do it is to just talk to people and then just kind of fall into a rhythm. Add one phrase. Hey, if you did sell, why would you? Right? If things go wrong, hey, I'm sorry, I apologize. And you start using little things, but it's just a normal conversation. That's why if you can start the conversation, just, I want to buy your house, right? And you can go in there with, what is my intent? If you can start there, man, it's way better to start there. I'm going to keep that in cultivating. And then try to learn as you go based on what you're doing, right? Now, there are good things about scripts and things you want to talk about. I got scripts and crap in front of me right now. But I hardly ever look at them unless I'm looking for like a certain wording or I'm trying to remember something. This is Ronald Walker. But just get the reps in. Just if you just talk to more people, you'll figure out, even if it's not great, you'll figure out where you suck and where you're good. And then you don't beat yourself up. You just say, okay, I can adjust that. I didn't like the way that came across. Let me listen to another guy. Let me listen to Ronnie. Let me listen to Pace Morgan. Let me listen to some of these other guys who have live conversations. Let me go read a sales book on, some good ones. Do I have, I think it's over there actually. right? Objections. Go get the book Objections by what's the dude's name? Jeb Blount, right? Go get the book Objections by Jeb Blount. Great book. Get Pitch Anything. Learn the philosophy and then write down the words. As people come up with like questions for you, write down the question and then be like, okay, what's a good answer? And then listen to Pace Morby, right? Listen to me, listen to other guys, asking questions. What's a good story to say? And then just learn to share that story. And as you do that, you'll just get better and you'll get better. I mean, I've had 5 conversations a day live since last Monday, right? So, I mean, we're talking about that's 50 conversations live that have been good conversations. More than that, more people have answered, but you'll start learning how to unpack. And then if you don't have confidence, just fake the confidence, right? And sorry, we just got groceries upstairs. I don't know what that is. And just fake it, right? Just literally collect your emotions, ask them the question, slow down, right? Ask them, are you working with an agent? Ask them, are you willing to tell me no? Ask them, are you okay if I tell you no? I'm an investor. This is what I'm looking for. This is why I'm talking to you. Be transparent with it, right? Ask them, how are you going to know that this is the right decision for you, right? The more that you ask those questions and you dig in, hey, catch me up to speed on your process. What are you trying to do? Where are you at in this? What do you think the next step would be? Are you ready for paperwork? Are you not? And if you can just do that and just be like, hey, I'm just asking, like, this is where it's at, and just be transparent with it, people are open. So I'm going to be done for now. I'm getting tired. I got this light blazing in my face. I hope this was awesome for you guys. I continue to do it, not so much for you guys, even though I want it to be awesome. I do it for me. I want to get better, and I want to be here. So I like doing this. I like pushing it out. Remember, from the beginning of this, if you guys weren't here, amor fati, not only to bear what is necessary, but to love it. Remember, be a flame that no matter what life throws at you, you use that as fuel to burn brighter in life. I think that's super cool. So I got some more work to do. I got some other stuff going on today, but I hope to leave you guys with that and that you guys have learned. So until next time, peace.